plays games with Jay.
Hey, Hiyoko. Now that our suspicions have been addressed, can you tell us the truth? Huh? Even though you're not the killer, you still went to the beach house, right? Like I said, it was a trap. Yeah, I got that already. So, can you give us the details about that trap?
I would like to know too. It might lead to some kind of clue.
Fine, you want me to talk, huh? Earlier this morning, Mahiru was the one who came up to me. She asked if we could meet up later.
Huh? But didn't you say earlier?
I'm a liar! Big old liar!
Damn it, so that was a lie?
I did say I was a big old liar, because I thought I'd be doubted if I admitted it, so I figured it was better not to say anything.
So, what was your answer to Mahiru's invitation?
I told her it was fine. I mean, I didn't have a reason to say no. Unlike everyone else here, Mahiru was someone I wasn't embarrassed to be seen with.
You always have to say something snide.
At the time, we were supposed to meet around 2 o'clock p.m., but around noon, there was a letter inside my mailbox.
A letter?
Yeah, this one. I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island. The time is still the same at 2 p.m. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. And let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. Mahiru Koizumi.
Ooh.
I saw this letter and went to the beach house at that time.
Huh. The letter that Hiyoko had, doesn't that clearly contradict the other evidence? This letter, doesn't it look like its contents are different from the letter Mahiru had? About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place and time? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m. Mahiru's letter is said to meet at 2:30 p.m., but in Hiyoko's letter, I'm not reading that again. The time is still the same at 2 p.m.
Whoa, the meeting times are off!
It's also strange that both letters wanted to change their meeting spot to the beach house. It would be plausible if one of them said it, but for both letters to say the same thing? Hiyoko, since you wrote it, what do you think?
Like I said, I never wrote the letter. How many times do I have to tell you?
It's safe to say a letter was forged by the killer, but which letter did the killer forge? No. Wait, they were hold on. Were they both forged? Or they weren't forged? But Hiyoko never wrote that letter. So. Huh. The killer must have forged both letters.
The killer forged them so they could manipulate their actions. Yeah, that's how we should think about it.
That seems very likely. In fact, if you compare both letters... Confirmed! Just as I assumed, the handwriting is the same. The content of the letters matches too.
Like this part. I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. This part. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. And this part. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. The killer forged both of those letters?
In doing so, they were able to control Hiyoko and Mahiru to do their bidding, like a netherworld puppeteer.
So they completely tricked me, and then Mahiru's killer... Ah, how mean! Give me back Mahiru! Really? This is really terrible. I've offered to help so many times, but the killer this time didn't discuss their plan with me at all.
God.
What a major bummer! It's all my fault. I'm so ashamed of being unreliable.
Here we go again. Once we let our guard down, this happens.
We can just lightly punch him to death later.
So based on what the letter said, you went to the beach house at 2 p.m., right, Hiyoko? What's most important is what happened afterward. What on earth happened there?
I fell asleep.
Why'd you fall asleep?
It's not like I wanted to. I think I was forced to get a whiff of some kind of medicine or something. Medicine?
That medicine, could it be? Did they get it from the drugstore? I thought that place seemed unsafe. They even have prescription medicines laying out in the open. If you're aware of that from the start, you should have done something about it. I'm so sorry.
When I woke up, I was inside a small closet. And when I rushed out, I saw Mahiru's body.
And that's why you ran out of the beach house in such a panic.
I was scared. I was really, really scared. Really scared that I couldn't help, but...
The killer probably planned to frame Hiyoko from the start. And for that reason, they summoned Hiyoko before Mahiru put her to sleep, and shoved her inside the closet.
So their reason for blocking the door with Mahiru's body was to make Hiyoko leave her footprints as evidence.
Everything was done to frame Hiyoko as the killer.
That's horrible. I didn't do anything wrong, and I was framed by Mahiru's killer? Hiyoko, please do not cry. We believe you. Is it really okay to believe her so easily? She might be faking those tears, you know.
This will never end if you keep being so suspicious.
Isn't that what a class trial is all about? The only way to survive is to be suspicious. This is where we go to thoroughly doubt each other. So if you believe in each other so easily, then there's definitely something wrong with you. You're wrong, Fuyuhiko. We aren't supposed to doubt each other here. We're supposed to work together. The class trial is where we cooperate with each other, work hard, and aim for victory. The killer and everyone else, two hopes attempting to grasp the one true hope. Two hopes clashing with each other is poetry in motion. That is what a class trial should be.
Seriously, which side are you on?
I'm on the side of the absolute hope that can overcome any despair. And I believe that absolute hope exists at the point where two hopes clash.
Your stance is neither white nor black, but gray. And you do not yearn for your life or even for victory.
Jeez, I wish he'd just side with the enemy already so I can believe what he's saying. Let's stop. Believing every little thing Nagito says is a waste of time.
Yeah, we need to figure out who Mahiru's killer is.
There should be a new clue containing what Hiyoko has told us. So, let us believe Hiyoko's words and discuss it once again with everyone.
Yep. The debate proceeds when you assume you can believe in each other. Good job. That's the right way. That's the splendid power of teamwork. Hey, what do you think of that, Monokuma?
It's Monokam.
I'm not gonna let you have the outcome you want. Oh, he's sleeping.
Dumbasses, you bastards don't know anything. If you're stupid enough to trust each other, the only thing waiting for you is the bitter truth.
The bitter truth. That may be true, but even so, we can't just stand around here all day. Even if what lies ahead is a cruel ending, the only thing we can do is move forward. Because unless we reveal who among us is Mahiru's true killer, there's no way we'll survive. Suspended.
Yeah, you're for being too bad at the game.
Well then, now that the class trial has reached its climax, I would like to present the answer right here, right now. You punch like a drunken rider.
Huh? You're gonna spoil who the killer is?
If I reveal the answer before everyone's ready, they'll all be shocked. They'll all feel despair.
You can't. That's seriously a big no-no.
What's spoiling it right now is innovative, don't you think? The club president and I are powerless against innovation.
Who's the club president?
So, without further ado, the answer is...
Yeah, you can. Everyone please close your eyes and cover your ears.
Correct! You say Nanu in German when you're surprised.
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about, but somehow it feels wrong to me.
Anyway, it's...
Alright, let's reopen the trial. I'm Monomi, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. To think that the person who killed the wonderful My Hero Koizumi is in this room. Impossible. Impossible. That's so impossible. There's no way I can believe that. I can't do anything. How annoying. But I'm just gonna believe in everyone. That's the least I can do. Everyone do your best. Don't lose to yourselves. And don't forget to save regularly.
We could use that last session.
Well, now that we decided to believe Hiyoko, now what? If the killer was luring Hiyoko into a trap, then something that was used there might be a clue. Do you mean the letter? No, it was probably the gummy.
Huh? Candy can be a clue?
Hey, when you woke up, was the gummy already there?
Now that you mention it, I feel like it wasn't.
Just as I thought. Just as you thought? If the killer planted evidence while Hiyoko was there, she would have thrown it away if she found it.
Which means the gummy was placed inside the closet after Hiyoko fled from the beach house?
The killer returned to the scene of the crime after I left?
They wouldn't have to do something that troublesome as long as they hid somewhere within the beach house.
That's impossible. There's nowhere to hide. I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running away, but there was nobody there.
Then, does that mean the killer came back? I wonder. At any rate, the solution to that problem is connected to what really happened. That's what I think.
Let's play a new game. I want to play a new game. Is that what you're thinking, Jay? You're thinking all the games in this are so fun. You want to play a new one, right?
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah? We've prepared the perfect product for you, my friend. You will dive into your own brain. Probably an empty and logically discern. It's called the Logic Dive.
Okay, so it's a good thing I hung out with Ibuki, I guess.
During the Logic Dive, you'll control a version of yourself created from an image within your brain. Your task is to reach the goal, the final destination of the Synapse course. You can move sideways, left, and accelerate with the R1 button.
It's a racing game? Okay.
Press a circle to brake, L1 to jump. There'll be various obstacles as you progress. Make sure you're familiar with these controls so you can reach the goal. You'll take damage every time you fall into a gap or bump into walls. There will be branching questions at certain points. They split into paths, so go down the path of the answer you think is correct. There'll be several times.
Okay.
Make good use of the brake. That's my meddlesome advice. If you need the controls, press options.
Okay. She's right. This might be a very important problem. If the killer tampered with the evidence after Hiyoko ran away from the beach house, when did the killer arrive and depart from the beach house? Think. If I just focus and think about it, I'm sure I'll be able to find the answer. And everyone's just looking at Hajime, and he's just like closing his eyes and being, vroom, vroom,
Logic dive. Logic dive.
All right, I'm gonna do it. Break. Hajime, are you okay? Whoa. What the fuck? What in the
Sonic the Hedgehog 2?
Yeah, what the heck? Yeah, that's break. Okay, cool. That's jump. Great.
Wow, I don't miss this.
Is this not in 3?
No, there's a much easier version of this in 3.
Question 1.
When did the killer arrive at the beach house?
Before. That's my guess. Okay, so Ibuki's skills to make us faster in this.
Which is valuable because sometimes if you aren't fast enough, you'll run out of time.
Oh,
in the
I see.
later stuff.
When did the killer leave the beach house? After. Okay. This is only 3 questions, looks like.
Again, this is the first one. Like, they get so annoying.
This is... Man, they really... Oh. Where was the killer hiding while Hiyoko was unconscious? Oh, I don't know!
I don't know!
Ah!
Where were they hiding? The beach or the beach house?
Okay, let me think about this for a second.
Sure.
I think, because again, something I was asking you outside of recording was like, wait, doesn't the announcement go off when multiple people discovered a body? But when we got there, it was just Kazuichi. So I was like, okay, Hiyoko left before we got there. Hiyoko saw it. I'm guessing the killer was waiting for Hiyoko to leave. So he couldn't have been on the beach because it's too open. So he was probably hiding in the beach house somewhere. It's my guess. We'll see. It doesn't even tell you if you're right or wrong on this.
It does. You'll fall if it's the wrong.
Oh, really? So, okay, my instincts are right. Great.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Hey!
Hey, y'all!
Trying.
No, you did good. You did good, kid.
Do you think that killer might have been hiding?
He spent all that time thinking just to say something so pointless. How disappointing.
Hey, I was skating in
It was
my
like
inner
4
mind.
minutes of silence and you going, I'm on a skateboard. I'm on a skateboard.
Look, you just had to be there.
Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide? Do I have to explain it in another language so you can understand?
Her personality got a hell lot more forceful once she stopped being a suspect. No, there should have been a place for them to hide. A place you didn't look, Hiyoko.
What are you saying? Stop being annoying or I'm gonna make Akane bop you on the head and shut you up for good.
I really don't want that to happen to me. I need to answer by any means. The place where the killer was hiding, the place where Hiyoko hasn't looked is... hiding inside the fridge, they freeze. Okay. I thought because the bottles were gone. Where are they hiding? I guess. Oh yeah, because it's out of order. I guess it's a more obvious one, but I already said I checked the.
She looked in the shower room.
Oh, got you. What? They'd just be outside. That's not even considered hiding at that point. What? It's not the fridge. Oh, because what is the point of the fridge and the bottles? That's something I would do. Pull everything out, throw it in the trash, and hide in there. It's obviously not the closet, because... Oh, because she just came out of the closet, right? Interesting. The killer was probably hiding in the closet.
The closet? That's where I was locked up.
After you woke up, you said you rushed out of there, right? Then you probably didn't look inside the closet very carefully. But could two people even hide in such a small place and without Hiyoko knowing? That's why the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place. The killer made I can only think of one hiding place that's right. The place where the killer was hiding inside the closet was... which one's the empty bag? Is this the empty bag? Okay, yes it is. What about the surfboard case in the closet? I'm pretty sure they could have hidden in there.
Huh? Inside the surfboard case?
But the shelf it was on, it was pretty messy, don't you think? Two surfboards were stacked on the top shelf, and there were surfboards that weren't even in case. The killer probably did that on purpose to secure a hiding place. Because we haven't been on this island that long, so the closet shouldn't have been that messy, I think.
Then the killer was close to me during that time?
Sorry, the way it just manifested. Like, yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding very close to you. It's kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound, so to speak.
Don't you mean it's always darkest under the lighthouse?
I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like, so to speak. Anyway, the killer hid silently, and after making sure Hiyoko left, they finally left the surfboard case.
I agree with that as well. Seriously, nobody asked what you think. There's no way the killer would leave Hiyoko by herself if they were trying to frame her. If Hiyoko was left alone and ruined the evidence the killer had planted, it would have messed up their plan. Instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was hiding in the beach house watching Hiyoko. Saying whatever you want even if we didn't ask. Alright, if you don't want to frickin' get punched, let's just stand still and let me punch ya. Oh, you shut up. Then grit your teeth! Sorry, Akane, it's not like that. Hey, Monokuma, can I ask you about something that seems strange to me? I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future. A man from the future is always directing the flow of history. I'll listen to your story about men from the future some other time. As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more people discover a body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Jay.
Sorry, I'm
is
like...
the killer also included among those 3 or more people?
Yeah, that's true, but, well, something like that is basically what it's supposed to be.
You don't sound very articulate.
Geez, you're pretty annoying for noticing something like that. I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for deduction.
We did in the last game.
Shit! It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction. I understand your excuse, but depending on who actually found the body, it's possible that your 3 or more people rule could be deadly.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can respond to situations with some flexibility.
Flexibility, huh? So what about this time? Is it 3 people including the killer, or not?
Geez, fine. You want me to say it? It doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
Which means 3 people other than the killer discovered Mahiru's body.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just thought it was somewhat strange. More importantly, let's get back to our original topic.
You're the one who went on a tangent.
We were just saying the killer was hiding in the surfboard case, right? And after Hiyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
However, before we proceed any further, there's something we have to make clear. The killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hiyoko ran away. But what about the blood? Now that you mention it, that mystery hasn't been solved yet.
It's going to be all right. If you guys have come this far, I'm sure you can discover that answer too. Now, let's start the argument, shall we? Final feature.
Okay.
Truth
flashback,
flashback.
the
This is the thing where
triangle.
you absorb it. And,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're probably gonna have to do a truth flashback at some point, so probably now.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower. What about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body. If they used something other than the shower.
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They could have flushed it, it looks like.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare, it would definitely clog the toilet!
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off. Huh. If I use that person's opinion, I might be able to break through the contradiction. I think I need to memorize the wetsuit. Okay. But I don't know what I'm contradicting. But hold on. Would have been impossible. Okay. What? Oh, can I only memorize like orange words?
I think so.
Oh. If they use something other than the shower, what do they do with the bloody wetsuit? They probably flushed it, and he's saying it's impossible if... Maybe it's the other way around? Other than the killer moved the body. Okay, so the only orange words I can memorize are... it would have been impossible. And they use something other than the shout. Okay. Well, I really can't absorb blue words?
I don't think so.
Interesting, okay. So I don't think it's impossible, like what Hiyokos saying. Wow, that took forever. Okay. Other than the shower. Am I using this to agree other than the killer? Am I agreeing with Buki's wetsuit?
So, okay, other than the shower is saying that there was another way to wash off the blood, right?
Yeah.
So, what would that...
Well, it sounds like based off of Ibuki, what Ibuki's suggesting is that they could have used the wetsuit and they could have like
But then
Hiyoko said,
Nekomaru is immediately like, no, that's impossible. It would clog.
right, okay,
So that's kind of out the window.
yeah.
Basically, before we're not really like establishing a concrete thing yet. We're just saying that. Go look through it one more time.
They couldn't use the showers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're basically just trying to say like, hey, there's an option besides the shower.
Exactly.
Wow, what a waste of time. If they just needed to wash off the blood, they didn't necessarily have to use the shower. They could have just as easily used something else.
Something other than the shower? Like what?
Something other than the shower that was used to wash off the blood. It's possible it was the drinks inside the refrigerator. It explains all the cases, the trash can. The drinks inside the refrigerator. Couldn't the killer have used those to wash off the blood? Oh, Peko. In theory, but that's impossible. Why? Try to remember the refrigerator carefully, and then you will understand. There's no possible way the drinks in the refrigerator were used. Peko, there was a trash can full of them. Ugh. Cut. Cross? Oh. Okay. Okay. We can't assume they just used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off. Oh, damn it. It would leave an aromatic smell too, especially if they used a lot. First allegation intended to lead the outcome. Okay, okay. No, there were water bottles inside that refrigerator. How many times do I have to tell you? There were no water bottles in there whatsoever. That was after the incident, right? But before the incident, there were water bottles in the fridge. And the killer took all of those water bottles and used them to wash the blood off their body. So you're saying the water bottles were gone because they were all used? That's a logical fallacy. It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence inside the trash can. Evidence like a lot of thrown away plastic water bottles. Isn't that right, Chiaki? Ah, you're right. These bottles look like they may have been filled with water. Well, now that you mention it, when I went to the beach house a few days ago, I feel like I drank one of those plastic water bottles. Huh? You should have said so sooner.
Then the plastic water bottles were used in place of the shower.
Dousing your body with lots of water bottles is such a simple and easy to understand explanation. Hold on a sec. Now that I think about it, if they soaked their entire body with a bunch of plastic water bottles, if they did that, that person would be...
It seems you've realized who the killer is. See? Just as I thought. Hold on. You know who the killer is? Does Jay know who the killer is?
Is that true?
Let me ask, who might that be? Or has Hajime beaten Jay?
If the killer used plastic water bottles to wash off the blood that splattered onto them, that killer, Mahiru's killer, must be that person.
Do you know?
Nope.
Okay, pause it.
Sorry. Let me tell before someone's like, Jay, you're so dumb. My thought was that yeah, the flushing down the bodysuits was one thing, but like one, it would be perfect to like just wash things off quickly and also not be like drenching wet. And also her obsession with the serial killer and wearing the mask, recognizing the mask, like yeah, as a fanatic.
But think back.
Okay.
Who does it have to be? If you remember, think back.
If they were washing themselves with all the water?
Yeah, and think about also, all this happened like, in a pretty short amount of time, right?
Yeah.
So, who would it have to been? Think about, if it helps, circle through the people as well. Circle through them. Just look at everybody. Actually, you got like 2 minutes, so you're fine. Just kind of look through. Not sure?
I'm sorry. Okay.
I can give you a clue, but I want you to ask for the clue.
Yeah, hold on a second. So what everyone like Hajime started being like, hold on a second, after thinking like they used all the water bottles.
Mm-hmm. If they use all the water bottles to clean themselves, then who does it have to be?
It can't be Hiyoko. Right? Because she was like stinky, like that. We just proved that she wasn't her. So, unless this is all ruse. Kazuichi said he drank a water bottle. I don't think that means it's him. Who talked about water? Who likes water?
It's not really about who likes water. It's think about it.
Okay.
If you had to use the water bottles to clean yourself,
Okay.
in a short amount of time, then think back to the order of events and everything, and all the characters.
Yeah.
Who is it? And I can give you a clue if you need a clue, but look through one more time. Pause it. Who did we see? Let's go through every character we saw near the beach.
Near the beach.
Let's go through each one.
Okay.
Who did we see?
The first person we saw was Hiyoko running away.
Okay.
Then the people who came were Ibuki and Mikan.
Okay.
Oh, no, we saw them first, then we saw Hiyoko run outside.
Yes.
Right. Then who came was Peko. Right?
Okay.
Because Peko was swimming around already, trying to swim to another island. I mean, you saw me pause at her earlier.
You really take people at their word, huh?
You saw me pause at her though. I was
You didn't do it.
Well, I was like looking. I was like just making sure, just making another round.
You said yourself. She was swimming around.
I would have figured it out.
No, yeah.
Peko, is it you?
Hey, what are you being quiet for? They're accusing you of being the killer.
Then I should ask you this. Why do you believe I'm the killer? I remember when we were all meeting up to go to the beach, your appearance when you came to the diner. Yeah, okay.
So you're so virtuous. You're like, I don't want to look at this scene. Oh,
well, yeah, I'm not going to remember this. Like, fucking God. Okay, Hajime and Kazu.
I remember.
Yeah. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I just did a little swimming. Okay. If the killer really did wash the blood off with water bottles, they'd have to drench their entire body. But there were no towels in the beach house, and it would have taken a while for the water to fully air dry. So you said you went swimming so you have a cover story.
And I believed you 1,000%.
I forgot about that, okay? Don't just say silence, say something.
Hold on, you bastard. And hold on, Jay. Maybe we'll do this next time.
God. I would have figured it out. I'm just saying.
Okay, if you say so.